contains bioengineered food. I'm here at Aldi, and almost everything they have contains bioengineered food ingredients. I'm here at Aldi, and almost everything they have contains bioengineered food ingredients. I'm here at Aldi, and almost everything they have contains bioengineered food ingredients.
Shalom, shalom. I want to start off by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Harakah, Kwadash, Lai Yam. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect, the ones out there who are doing this work diligently, and chiefly keeping the faith, making your calling and your election sure. As you can see in the video, fair use, fair use, fair use. Everything is bioengineered. Our Lord told us that what? We shall eat our food defiled among the heathen. Okay? So these people have hurt the earth to the point where the earth do not want to provide food for, for us anymore. Like, they don't keep no land Sabbaths or nothing. And, the earth don't want to bring forth food for Esau Edom anymore, the one who ruled this earth. All right. The wicked. And that's why this place got to be changed. You got to be cleansed. Right. Beginning with Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is coming to cleanse this place. Now, as you can see, some of the titles that I brought out, it says, I was scrolling through. It says, that's all the food stores, not only Aldi's. Anything packaged is processed, basically. Everything is bioengineered nowadays. What's a person to eat without breaking the bank in groceries? Produce is even bioengineered. Everything is created in a lab now. None of this is real food. And if food is created in a lab, it shows you that, the control is really with the scientists, it's with the government. Because if you control a food source, you control the people until the poor end up revolting. And then you'll have insurrections. And that's what it says in 2 Ezra chapter, let me get that real quick. Book of Second Ezra, chapter 15, I believe. Let me see. Here it is. Second Ezra, chapter 15, verse 16. Well, I'm going to start at verse 14. It says, "Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands." Okay, so what does this tell us? It tells us that, it's going to be class wars, it's going to be race wars, it's going to be the poor versus the rich. All right. Verse 16, it says, "For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." So they're not going to care about government. They're not going to care about the kings. They're not going to care about police, right? And the number one way to cause a revolt is through the food. People got to eat, and they're going to eat. Now, more of these comments real quick. Not new news, glad people are waking up. Yes, all bioengineered. Bioengineering equals genetically modified. Let's go into the definition of the word bioengineered. Bioengineering is a discipline that applies engineering principles of design and analysis to biological systems and biomedical technologies. See, genetically modified foods, GM foods, also known as genetically engineered foods, GE foods, or bioengineered foods, are foods produced from organisms that have had changes introduced into their DNA using various methods of genetic engineering. So the food was created in a lab. Okay. What does bioengineered food do to your body? This is according to Google. Fair use. By altering proteins and introducing new compounds into our diet, bioengineered foods may trigger immune responses in ways natural foods does not or do not. Okay? I'm not going to go into that article because they're going to be talking about medical misuse or whatever. I'm not going into that. This is not medical advice at all. This question here, why am I seeing bioengineered food ingredients? Bioengineered means the same thing as GMO or genetically modified. They are just trying to get the public to accept GMO foods more by changing the name. It doesn't fool us. Our foods are now less naturally nutritious because they are being modified with chemicals and additives during the growing process. You see? Why are people against bioengineered food? The key areas of controversy related to genetically modified food are whether such food should be labeled, the role of the government regulators, the objectivity of scientific research and publication, the effect of genetically modified crops on health and the environment, the effect on pesticide. Okay, so these are key areas of controversy related to genetically modified organisms or foods. All right, and all of these are serious. One of them I'm thinking about is the government regulators. If the government regulate the food, means if the government controls the food, they have the power. And we know this ushers in what? The MOTB. All right. Which food in the U.S. is over 90% GMO? Currently, more than 90% of U.S. corn, upland cotton, and soybeans are produced using genetically engineered varieties. Genetically engineered crops are broadly classified in this data product as herbicide tolerant, insect resistant, or stacked varieties. Which foods are commonly bioengineered? And this is a list. So, I mean, we could watch this video one more time and then end up wrapping it up.
I'm here at Aldi, and almost everything they have contains bioengineered food ingredients.
So you get the point. Everything is bioengineered. All right. We need to get out this place. The food is diminished. We need to take vitamins when the food's supposed to give us vitamins. This place is finished, man. The Lord is on his way back to cleanse the earth, to put everything back in its rightful order. We just got to hold on until the Lord do so. He's going to set up one who is profitable, and that one who is profitable is Yahweh Shai. All right. Esau Edom is not profitable. This is why he's creating food in the lab instead of growing food naturally. And even when they grow food so-called naturally, they're still putting chemicals on them. So it shows you, man, this place is finished, man. It has to go. It has to be destroyed. It has to be cleansed and handed over to rulers who can rule this place the correct way under the scriptures, under the laws of Yahweh. You see? The Lord is going to come and give us a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. Let me see. This is Jeremiah 30 real quick. This is Jeremiah 30. And I'm going to start with verse 16. It says, "Therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey." So all the nations who had us into captivity, they're going to go into captivity. They're going to go into slavery. All right. And, they're the adversaries of the Lord. That makes them the adversaries of us too as well. All right. They spoil us. The Lord is going to spoil them. All right. Verse 17, it says, "For I will restore health unto thee, and I will heal thee of thy wounds, said the Lord, because they called thee an outcast, saying, This is Zion, whom no man seeketh after." See, the people mock us now because we're in a low estate, right? They call us niggers, porch monkeys, spics, right? Puerto Ricans, African Americans, Mexicans. They call us all these bywords, all right, mocking us, calling us outcasts. But the Lord said he's going to heal us. And not only will he heal us, he's going to heal our land too as well. All right. He's going to heal the earth. In verse 18, it says, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will bring again the captivity of Jacob's tents and have mercy on his dwelling places. And the city shall be builded upon her own heap, and the palace shall remain after the manner thereof. You see, the nations are going to be forced to build up our land, bring healing back to the land. The land is going to have a land Sabbath again. Verse 19, it says, and out of them shall proceed thanksgiving, and the voice of them that make merry. And I will multiply them, and they shall not be few. I will also glorify them, and they shall not be small. Verse 20, their children also shall be as aforetime, and their congregation shall be established before me, and I will punish all that oppress them. So we are being oppressed now, and the Lord is going to come and punish those who oppress us. Verse 21, and it says, and their nobles shall be of themselves, and their governor shall proceed from the midst of them, referring to Yahushua, and I will cause him to draw near, and he shall approach unto me. For who is this that engaged his heart to approach unto me, saith the Lord. Verse 22, and ye shall be my people, and I will be your power. You see? Verse 23, behold, the whirlwind of the Lord goeth forth with fury, and continuing whirlwind. It shall fall with pain upon the head of the wicked. Right? You know, the whirlwind represents destruction. Okay, you got the number one destruction that's coming towards Esau, Edom, which is the nuclear missiles. Then you got the chariots that's coming too as well, that's going to enact judgment. Then you got the earthquakes too as well. So it's going to be a lot of death coming upon the wicked. And who's the head of the wicked? Esau, Edom. Amalek. In verse 24 it says, the fierce anger of the Lord shall not return until he have done it, and until he have performed the intents of his heart. In the latter days ye shall consider it. Okay, and you know, we're considering the thoughts of the Lord, how we understand the thoughts of Yahushua, and how Yahushua let us know that he's coming to enact vengeance upon all of his adversaries, and he's coming to deliver his elect from the four corners of the earth, according to Isaiah chapter 63 and verse 4. So hopefully this is edifying. I'm going to end it by giving all honor and glory to
Are you in your 30s?
Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Harakak, Kwadash, Lai Walam Yum. Double honors once again to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom once again to the elect. Abba, Abba.